You have no claws, no fangs, no fur to protect you from the cold, and if a lion decided to attack you right now with your bare hands, you would lose in seconds. So here's the question. How did your ancestors survive a world filled with lions, wolves, and creatures far more dangerous than anything alive today? For hundreds of thousands of years, early humans didn't live at the top of the food chain. They lived right in the middle of it, hunted as often as they hunted, and yet, somehow, they survived, generation after generation, long enough for you to exist today. This isn't a story about strength, because compared to a lion, a human has almost none. This is a story about something far more dangerous than teeth and claws. Imagine stepping outside your home right now, completely unprotected, into a world with no walls, no locks, no streetlights, just open land, tall grass, and darkness. Now imagine that in that darkness, somewhere close, a pack of wolves is watching you, not out of curiosity, out of hunger. This was daily life for early humans. No safe rooms, no doors to shut. Every single day carried the real possibility of becoming another animal's meal. Lions were faster. Wolves hunted in coordinated packs that could outthink a lone human. Even smaller predators like hyenas were strong enough to crush bone with a single bite. A human being, alone in the open, stood almost no chance. So the very first survival strategy wasn't about fighting. It was about never being alone in the first place. Early humans quickly learned one unbreakable rule. A lone human was food, but a group of humans was a threat. A single person running through the grass looked exactly like prey to a predator, but a tight group of 10 or 15 people moving together, shouting, waving branches, that looked like something dangerous, something not worth the risk. This is why early human groups almost never wandered alone. Hunting parties moved together. Children stayed close to adults. Even something as simple as walking to collect water was done in numbers. Predators are hardwired to avoid unnecessary danger. A lion would rather chase a single, slow, isolated animal than risk injury attacking a loud, coordinated group of humans holding sharpened sticks. Even a minor injury could be a death sentence for a predator in the wild, since a wounded lion can't hunt. And a lion that can't hunt eventually starves. Early humans didn't need to be stronger than a lion. They just needed to look like more trouble than they were worth. But numbers alone weren't enough. At some point, early humans developed something no predator on Earth had ever faced before, a weapon that could kill from a distance. The spear. Before the spear, a human fighting a predator had to get close enough to be killed. After the spear, a human could strike from several feet away, keeping their body outside the reach of claws and teeth. This single invention completely rewrote the rules of survival. A group of humans holding sharpened spears wasn't just annoying to a predator anymore, it was actually dangerous. One wrong move, and a lion could take a spear straight through its side. Over time, these weapons got smarter. Fire-hardened tips made the spear points stronger. Coordinated throwing techniques let multiple humans strike the same target at once, multiplying the danger from the predator's point of view. For the first time in history, a predator looking at a group of humans wasn't just seeing potential prey, it was calculating risk. And risk to a wild animal is often not worth taking. If the spear changed how humans fought, fire changed how humans survived the night. Almost every dangerous predator on Earth shares one instinctive fear: fire. The bright, unpredictable light, the heat, the smoke. It triggers a deep, ancient avoidance response in nearly every wild animal. Early humans figured this out, and it might be one of the most important discoveries in our entire history. A simple campfire, burning through the night, created an invisible wall that most predators refused to cross. This meant that for the first time, humans could actually sleep, not in short, anxious bursts, always listening for danger, but in longer stretches, protected by flame and by each other. Fire also gave early humans control over darkness itself. Before fire, night was the most dangerous time to be alive, when predators like lions and wolves did most of their hunting. After fire, night became something humans could push back against. Groups would take turns keeping the fire burning, some people sleeping while others stayed awake, watching the flickering edge of light where the darkness began. This simple system of shared responsibility may have saved more human lives than any weapon ever built. Lions relied on raw power. Wolves relied on something far more unsettling: intelligence. A wolf pack didn't simply charge, It studied, it waited, it looked for the weakest member of a human group, the slowest, the youngest, the one who had fallen behind. Wolves understood patience in a way most predators didn't, which made them especially dangerous to isolated or careless humans. But this intelligence also became their weakness. Because early humans were, in the end, more intelligent still. Humans learned to read wolf behavior. They noticed the signs of a pack circling from a distance, the way the grass moved, the way birds scattered when predators approached. Groups learned to close ranks quickly, forming a tight circle with the most vulnerable members, children, the injured, the elderly. Protected in the center, this wasn't luck. It was pattern recognition, passed down and refined over thousands of years until reacting correctly to a distant howl became almost instinctive. Of course, not every encounter ended in survival. Predator attacks were a real and constant cause of death for early humans, and the fear wasn't exaggerated. It was earned through generations of loss. Archaeological evidence has shown ancient human remains with bite marks and claw injuries, silent proof of battles that were lost. Every scar, every skeleton with damage matching a predator's teeth tells the story of a moment when the system failed, when numbers weren't enough, when fire wasn't close enough, when a spear missed its mark. These losses shaped human behavior permanently. Fear of large predators became deeply written into the human mind, passed down not just through stories, but potentially through instinct itself. Here's something strange to think about. You have probably never encountered a wild lion or wolf in your entire life, and yet, if you heard a deep growl in complete darkness right now, your heart would race immediately. That reaction isn't random, it's inherited, a leftover survival instinct from ancestors who lived every single day with the real possibility of being hunted. Every time you feel a chill walking alone at night, every time a sudden noise in the dark makes you freeze, you're feeling an echo of the exact same fear that kept your ancestors alive long enough to pass their genes forward. You survived, not because you personally outran a lion, but because thousands of generations before you did. Through numbers, through spears, through fire, and through fear itself, used correctly. If you think you could survive in a world without walls, without weapons, and without fire, let us know in the comments. Would you have made it? And if you want more deep dives into how ancient humans survived a world designed to kill them, hit subscribe, because history has a lot more terrifying stories like this one.